Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Friday the 5th of the 3rd 2021. The time is just coming up to 0510 GMT, Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American US session. Right, let's have a look there. Thursday, yesterday the 4th, we had a positive opposed driver in the dollar at plus 259, front and back door flows, mainly coming out of the yen at minus 206, then out of the euro at minus 116, that should be minus, and then the pound was the positive rock at plus 63, activity at plus or minus 322. Intra-week then, this is the last day, so it's the most relevant, from Monday the 1st to open to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a negative driver in post driver in the yen at minus 381, front and back door flows, mainly going into the dollar at plus 294, next into the pound at plus 198, and the euro was the negative rock at minus 111. Activity plus or minus 492 for the week, quite strong. Intraday then, this is what's happened in the last 15 minutes of the Asian session. So the Asian session pretty much. We've got a symmetry here, so you take your pick. You've either got a negative opposed driver in the yen at minus 27 or a positive opposed driver in the pound at plus 27. So the yen and the pound are the extremes, with the pound with the dollar and the euro holding the fort in between. Right, what's going to knock this about then? We've got NFP day today, non-farm payrolls. And on Monday the 7th we've got China trade balance. Now interestingly with China, we're coming up in July, we'll talk about this over the weekly review, but China's got its 100th year anniversary of the People's Republic of China, or whatever it is, and they've just upgraded their GDP forecast to plus 6%. Excuse me, that makes you cough. Now it's likely that we're going to see data reflect this as we move into July. But anyway, that will be a side issue. And Powell in the Fed last night basically gave no relief to the bond market, and we've had a spike in yields. Right, let's look at what's been going on. Let's get rid of this. Our trades have bucked up significantly. We're now about 500 points in profit. Blue across the board, like we would have expected. It's been very stubborn though, but anyway, hey, euro complex, basically weak except against the AUD and the NZD, which are weaker. Yen is weak except against euro, AUD, NZD. Pound is strong except against the dollar and the CAD, which are stronger. The Swiss is strong against the yen, euro, AUD, NZD, and it's weak against the dollar, pound and CAD. So pretty mixed then. The CAD is strong across the board. The AUD is weak except against the New Zealand, which is good for us. The New Zealand, like we said, we think has pretty much peaked. It's weak across the board, and the dollar is strong except against the CAD. Right, so takeaways then from this is the CAD's strong across the board. New Zealand weak across the board, and then you've got variations on theme with the rest of it. So right, get rid of this. Look what's happening in the wider market, other asset classes. Let's have a look. What we got? Dollar index. Now the dollar index has basically got the messaging come up. It's about 0.8 there in our terms. Gold is pretty stuffed near the lows with the high dollar. Oil came off, and it's now just slightly below the high, but it's pretty good. It's about 0.9. What else have we got? Wall Street, S&P and the tech. That's the batting order. They're all weak. Excuse me. They're all weak, but Wall Street's the strongest, S&P next, and tech's the weakest of all. Right. What else we got? US 10 year. US 10 year pretty much near the floor, and the bund, let's have a look, is about 0.25. So remember, this is prices of the bonds, so a drop in the price means a rise in yields. So we've had a rise in US yields relative to European yields. So the bund's operating about minus 0.25, and the where is it? We're about 0.1 on here from the floor. Right. So what else we got? Copper. Now copper is copper's had that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pumps. It came back to the second, and it's now where are we? It's now at the first, so it's dropped even further. So that's pretty negative for copper. It's nearly lost all those pumps. And US steel, just for US steel is operating at about 0.2 from the floor, so pretty weak. Right, so let's just polish it off then. What do we think is going to happen? We've got non-farm payrolls. It's likely you're going to get a middle to soft reading in non-farm payrolls. Is that going to lift the mood for equities? Well, you've got the stimulus. It'll increase the requirement for stimulus, I expect. So it'd be mixed. But the place to be, quite frankly, is short. Where we are, short NZD. If you get a bounce in equities, you might get a temporary bounce. Well, our positions are nicely locked in now, you know, we can take the swings. But watch it if you're going to try and enter short on New Zealand around NFP, because you're going to get a lot of volatility, obviously, and if you get a bounce in equities, you'll get a bit of a bounce in the NZD as a gut reaction. But nevertheless, and the New Zealand dollar is going to head south progressively. Right, so other than that, then what have we got? You've got oil on the tear, on the up again. Probably the CAD. Probably the CAD is going to stay strong. And bearing in mind that the flows are going to be pretty twisted with the equities flying all over the place. But look for CAD strength today if you're not nicely embedded in shorting the New Zealand dollar. Hope that helps. See you tomorrow for the weekly review and for the data cycle review. If not, see you Monday for the daily briefing. Thank you very much.